Gary, thing number one, we're talking presidential ban on the central bank digital currencies. You're saying this is a pro liberty move. Everyone here at DKI is cheering. Thing number one, Gary, presidential ban on CBDC, so the central bank digital currencies. Tell us more.
All right, first of all, huge round of applause for the administration on this. This is a pro liberty move. I'm thrilled. Josh is thrilled. Rob, I know you're excited as well. Anybody who is pro liberty is going to be thrilled about this. So, on January 23rd, President Trump signed an executive order named Strengthening American Leadership in Digital Financial Technology. Rob, you think my titles for the five things are bad? Imagine if you were in Congress having to read this out loud. But the
I
key
thought
thing
you wrote
is
it, actually.
it does sound like something that I would write, like saying this is the something or other issue, and written to be confusing and difficult. But the key thing here is the order prevents the creation and distribution of digital currencies by a central bank. So I want to explain two things here. First of all, this is not an anti-crypto or anti-Bitcoin move at all. It prohibits the creation and distribution of digital currencies by a central bank. So Bitcoin is still fine. If you invest in crypto, we don't, but you're welcome to do that. This doesn't prevent that. What a central bank digital currency is an effort to replace cash with, or a nation's fiat currency, in this case the dollar, with a digital account. And you think, well, wait, I already have that with a bank account, but you have control over that bank account. The stated intention of the system is to create a more efficient and modern monetary system. That is not the real intention. The actual effect is something much more sinister. What these accounts do, what a CBDC or a central bank digital currency does, is it gives Congress, it gives the White House, it gives our government control over your money. It would allow government to track, control, and freeze first of all, track and control every transaction in your bank account. It would allow them to freeze your bank account if they don't like what you're doing. We saw that a couple years ago with the Canadian truckers who were protesting. They were peacefully protesting, and the government in Canada froze all of their bank accounts. Now, we've talked about this before. Some of you might be saying, okay, but they were protesting the COVID vaxes, and the government was right to do that. But I just want to be crystal clear that this is something that, when Martin Luther King was protesting and marching through the South in the United States, the government could have frozen the bank accounts of not only Dr. King, but everybody who protested there, everybody who marched. Whatever control the government takes now, if you like it, remember at some point the other party is going to be in control. They will do things that you don't like. They can also monitor and limit your spending if they decide you're eating too much meat, or you've used too much gasoline, or you've traveled too much, or they don't want you buying another plane ticket, or whatever it is. They can stop you. Finally, these CBDCs can enable terrible government overreach and also economy destroying monetary policy. They can program expiring money, which forces people to consume and limits their ability to save and invest. These are things that our government makes horrible decisions on. If you disagree with me, then explain how we have $37 trillion of on-balance sheet debt and another $200 trillion of off-balance sheet debt. I'm referring to Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, pensions, right? The United States government is effectively $250 billion in debt. Do you want these people telling you what you can consume and when you can save and when you can invest and what you have to spend? These should be your decisions as Americans, not the decisions of the government. We are cheering this decision by the White House.
Great stuff there, Gary. Follow up question. In terms of the White House, will there be consideration, Gary, for a national strategic stockpile of those digital assets?
So, for clarity, Rob, they are considering it. No decision's been made yet. But when they're talking about, so what was banned were CBDCs created by, say, the Federal Reserve or the U.S. Treasury Department or anything related to the U.S. government. They are considering a strategic stockpile of Bitcoin or crypto assets. I'd like to see it happen, but specifically with Bitcoin. I'm not a fan of crypto. or non-Bitcoin crypto, I don't think that it has value. Now, listen, if you viewers are using it, if you're trading it, if it's fun for you, great. Go enjoy what you're doing. I don't think it should be banned. I'm not against you. But I do think Bitcoin is different. And if the United States, we have strategic reserves of gold, we have strategic reserves of oil. Why not have a strategic reserve of Bitcoin? And by the way, remember that the way the United States debases fiat currency is by printing more of it. We can basically print more of something that has unlimited issuance and is declining in value, and use it to buy something that has limited issuance and is declining in its issuance schedule, meaning Bitcoin is getting harder and harder to mine and produce every year. Rob, my stock line on this is CBDCs combine everything wrong with fiat currencies, and they combine that with a social credit score. They're the end of liberty. In this case, a ban is justified, and if the White House wants to have a Bitcoin strategic reserve, I say go for it.
Yeah, we love it here at DKI. Thing number one, closing that out. Gary, agree, disagree? Please let us know in the comments. We welcome any and all criticism. And Gary will probably respond to every comment there.